to Sports Talk on the Tuesday night edition. We are live at the WJRG Television Network. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend and producer of this show, Big Don from Big Don Production. I'm all right. What's up, Don?
Everything's good. Just waiting to talk some football.
All right. You got the legend to my far right, Bruce Austin. What's up, legend?
Everything's beautiful, man. This boat is selling great.
All the way in Florida, Jacksonville, my one and only brother. What's up, Henry?
Good, bro. How are you, and how's everyone this evening?
We are blessed, man. It's good to be in the studio. All the way in Maryland. What's up, Larry? Chiefs, what's up?
Good. Real good.
All right. One of our sports legends as well, Anthony McLean. What's up, Anthony? God bless you, brother.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Every moment move, Kendall. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's happening, gentlemen?
And one of the greatest pastors in the world for Basileia, Pastor Walter T. What's up, Pastor? God bless you.
How you doing? How's everyone this evening?
All right, good.
Yeah. Listen, I want to give everybody their first little laugh of the day. You got to go into it.
I'm going to tell my kids that these are the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, man. Go ahead, Larry. Start the show, man. We got a lot. You got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. The watching football on Sunday was, it was overwhelming, So many things happened so fast, but I got really excited about the Rams. I was so excited. They jumped on Philly with 2 feet. 2 feet, started stopping them, and then it was halftime. And at the halftime, Jalen Hurts went there and put on a cape. He was minus 10 passing the first half. He came out the second half, and he threw the ball all over. It's like the Rams had a complete collapse. And this goes back to show that, Philly plays up to their competition.
Okay.
When they had to come from behind, they was down by 19 points. They showed no mercy on the Rams. None. The way they came back, I think you never see it again, because it was basically doing special teams, and they dominated the Rams. They totally domination through the second half. Walter, since this is your team, tell me what happened to the Rams, and is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback?
Hey, first of all, you must have been watching a different TV show than I was watching. The reason what happened is very simple. 1 and 4 in the red zone. That's right there. They got in the red zone 4 times. They kicked 3 field goals and got 1 touchdown. If they would have scored even another touchdown in the first half, the backup quarterback would have been in the second half, because they got down there. They couldn't stop them. They got down there in the red zone, but they couldn't. You got to get touchdowns. I'm watching the game. I'm like, come on, man. You got to get 7. You can't keep getting 3. You get 3 threes, that's 9. All they need is a touchdown. They're right back in the game, and that's what happened. They went in there and
26-7. 26-7.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Let me finish. But what happened was, like you said, Jalen Hurts, this was a big win. I texted on the email there, on the text. I said this was a big win for Jalen Hurts, because they said, okay, you ain't did nothing, win the game for us, and he won the game for us. So this right there propelled him, definitely for a top 5 quarterback. He threw the ball where it had to go. He was on target. A.J. Brown said they too small, and he just kept feeding them. And that was the key. He went to the matchup. They reminded me of way back when the Lakers had Magic. Boston drafted DJ for Magic. Same thing. Philly ran all over. Saquon Barkley ran for almost 400 yards in 2 games. They went and got Tuna Ford. Play the middle, and he ain't ran nothing. He got 50 yards or whatever. He wasn't even a factor. But Jalen Hurts took the ball in his hands and won the game. So yeah, I give him his props today. But the
Let me
Rams will
jump
still beat
in.
him. I
Let me
mean, you
jump in.
can't get 2 field goals blocked in one game. You know, they can still beat him.
Let
No
me
problem.
jump in real quick. This is the way I heard it. Hurts at halftime went to the offensive coach and told him, "Look, I need to run this show. The plays you're calling just ain't working." This is the way I really heard it. The plays you calling just ain't working. Give me the ball. Let me do my thing. Because they was calling the plays the first half. That was not Hurts' call. But he know what he had to do. I really believe that too. They told me Hurts talked with the coach. Nobody knows what he really said. But after that, he came out and took over. So it's pretty clear. He told the coach that what you calling ain't working.
Yeah,
I
but
need to call my own shots.
yeah, but I called down the Philly locker room at halftime. I told them the Rams fan was saying about he not in the top 5. And he said, all right, I got you. Like the OJ said, we cried together.
That was a pretty long excuse, Pastor.
I thought he was write a
We have
book.
to say that was a pretty long excuse,
I
Pastor.
thought he was writing a book.
Oh, that wasn't an excuse. Oh, I'm good with my team. I think that listen, I think the Rams can beat them. I heard Bruce say they can't beat them. I mean, you got 2 field goal blocks. You know, one they would have went up by 8, and then the last one they would have won the game. So that's a great play. But I said that now Philly got KC's mojo because that's how KC won last year. Blocked the field goal in Kansas City. Denver field goal. They were going to kick the field goal. Oh no, extra point and win it, and they blocked it. So now Philly got that mentality. They're never out of the game. They don't ever think that they are. You know, I give them the credit, man. They pulled it out.
Okay, Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, if you didn't believe in Jalen Hurts before, you definitely should now. The thing is, the first excuse was that, well, they got a good defense. Then the next excuse was, well, they just have Barkley. But he's been, I think, the one constant in the 3 games has been Hurts. Hurts was the best player in the Dallas win. He was the best player in the KC win, and he clearly took the game by the horns on Sunday. So yeah, I know everybody's ready to anoint Josh Allen as the MVP, and rightfully so. But Hurts is going to be in that conversation all year this year.
Okay, Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, he played really well. So it was a great game. So you can see in the NFC right now, you still got the Eagles, they're the top dogs. Then you got the Rams. The Lions are showing how good they are. To me, they're the top 3 teams right now in the NFC. Green Bay, maybe, but it's going to be interesting. That's just how I see it right now. But right now, Eagles still the top dogs in the NFC, in the NFL, actually.
Kendall.
Jalen Hurts has been proving it since he's been in the league that he is a high IQ player. Do we consider him a top player? This guy's been in the Super Bowl a couple years. He's winning. He does all the little things. It's, at the end of the game, you don't see Jalen Hurts throwing for 300, but you see things like 200 yards, 50 yards rushing, couple touchdowns, no fumbles, doesn't get hurt, slides. I consider him a top 5 quarterback. I've been watching him lately. I have such an appreciation for him because he's just one of those. He's like a tactician. I consider him having a very high football IQ. You know what he also is? He's that quarterback that gives a lot of other quarterbacks hope if they don't have the big arm or anything like that, because he just makes plays. What can we say about him? He just makes plays.
Okay, we in the studio.
Nothing, you got nothing?
No, go ahead.
No, I already said my piece.
Yeah, well, I'll say something. I told y'all before that Jalen Hurts is top 2, never mind that top 5 stuff. Yeah. He propelled himself. He ain't propelled nothing. He was always there.
Yes.
You don't have to be pretty. All you got to do is win.
That's right.
And that's all he showed y'all. Look, he'd have been the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years. and they still hollering Josh Allen and Jackson and Herbert. Since when do you don't have to prove yourself to stay where you fit at? This guy to prove himself time and time again, and people, well, now we think we can give him credit. No, the man proved it. He earned his credit.
I'm on your side, Bruce.
I agree with you, Bruce. I'm with you on that one.
I take my hat off. I give a bow to you, Bruce.
Yeah.
Like somebody said earlier, whether this guy got to throw a bomb, a short pass, he do whatever he got to do. Run the ball. It ain't always fancy, but he get the job done.
Yeah.
You know I hate Philly, but I'm a sports fan. This guy, man, he's a
right.
winner.
You're right. The same thing Pat Mahomes was doing, and they gave him the crown.
Right.
But this the first time he had to carry the team in the second half. He put him on his back, and he did just like Mahomes do. You know what I'm saying?
That's because
Or better, or Larry. I mean, he had Saquon Barkley. He did what he could. Saquon Barkley's getting 88 yards or whatever. I think it's becoming more pronounced because the running game is not stepping up as it did last year. I think even if Saquon would have run the ball, he would have gave Saquon his 200 or whatever it was. He just wins, man. The guy just wins. I just think it's more pronounced because he doesn't have the running game. We said, if he had a running game and he won a Super Bowl, now he doesn't have the running game and he's still winning.
Was Barkley with them when they went to the Super Bowl the first time?
Yes. No, not when they won the first time.
No, he wasn't.
When he won the first time, yes. When they won it the first time.
When they won.
Yeah, not when they went. Yeah,
not when they
lost the first time. Right.
Well, they didn't win it, but they could have won it. And Barkley wasn't there. And he
wasn't.
If he'd have won that game, he'd been the MVP of that one too.
Yeah, he had outplayed. Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get it. And I don't get how they keep trying to throw other people in front of him.
I'm with you, Bruce.
I just don't get it.
I'm with you, brother.
I don't know what they're betting on or what.
He's like a part, to me, he's like a part star.
He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. He's one of the best passing quarterbacks in the league. His IQ is big time. What else you want from the quarterback?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it improved that Philly has an outstanding team. They got that never die attitude. I mean, they didn't let nothing stop them. They ran over people, just ran through them. For a guy to block a field goal, pick it and scoop it, and run like that, never been done before.
300
big boy, man. The boy almost 300 pounds. He ran a 4.4. That's the thing. But it's him and his partner there. Both of the Georgia boys. They was there. You could see them talking on the line. They knew what they were going to do. They was going to run right over the center and block it. They said that's what they were going to do.
Yeah, they crashed one area. All three of us crashed
they
one
both
area.
got over the center. They was in the gap, and they just ran over.
Anytime you got all the components like that, and you put it all together, you're a dangerous team.
Yes, they're dangerous.
You don't have to have an overwhelming quarterback. Whenever you got all the components like they got and you put it together like that, they're dangerous.
That's right.
That's the way I'd rather do it, really.
That's the way you both.
That's the way I'd rather do it.
Right. Well, what's your next topic, man? 6:15, man.
The next topic.
Baltimore Ravens, but
next topic is going to be the Ravens. Now, Philly got a great team. Ravens got a great team, but they're not focused. Their quarterback, they come in lollygagging. Philadelphia straight business. The Ravens think they got the talent, and they think the talent is just enough. But they got talented people, but they're not putting it all together. I never seen a team supposed to be that dominant, and the running back they ran for over 228 yards on them, and that's ridiculous. Ravens supposed to be able to stop the run. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. They got a lot of talent, but they're not coming together as a team, I don't know if it's the defensive coordinator or what they got to do, but right now, their defense is not holding up. What you think, Anthony?
Yeah, and let's give the Lions some credit too, because I think we all sort of buried them after week one, but then they put up almost 100 points the last 2 weeks, and no one's talking about them two coordinators that left. But to get back with the Ravens, I think I don't know if it's the thing where they look past the Lions, but there's just something missing there. There's just something very missing. I think you have to put some of the blame on Harbaugh as well. And with King Henry, I think the fumbles are more mental than physical now. It's something's up. They have to, and this is something I still think they're top team in AFC, but they got to right the ship. They got to right the ship quickly because a couple more losses like that. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but they got to have a sense of urgency with what they're doing now.
Okay, Pastor.
Pastor, go ahead, Pastor.
The Ravens, they played. You got your all-world running back. Put the ball on the ground. I mean, come on. That's two games in a row.
3
Yeah,
games in a row.
all-world running back.
Three.
Yeah, 3. I'm serious. Yeah, in each game. So, I mean, you can't blame all that on. You get the Lions the Lions prove that they're off. They finally meshed with their defense and offense coordinator. He had some trick plays. He said, I can do some trick plays too. He had some trick plays, some pitches, and they look good. And what they didn't do is they didn't get Jared Goff on the ground. And I said that last week. If you let him sit there, he's going to kill him. I thought they would get pressure on him and move him around and get him off his spot, and they didn't. They just let him sit there. And they got too much talent to just let him sit back there with all those wide receivers. And the Ravens spent a lot of money on their defensive backfield, and they got shredded. So, I mean, they got Humphreys and number 44. And, they spent a lot of money on that defensive backfield. And that speed wins. They was afraid that it was going over the top. And the wide receivers kept pulling up in the open spot. They didn't get the bomb, but they kept pulling up in the open spot. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great player, man. And they got 3 of them, plus the tight end. So
yes,
they proved that that game number 1 was an anomaly. And and this is who they are. So I think the Ravens do. I like you're right though. Henry is got their running back, Henry, it's got to be in his head now. Fumbling every game, he ain't going to be, it's a mental thing. Remember Tiki Barber with the Giants? He kept fumbling the ball, and they made him walk around with the ball in his arms all week long, man. He was a great Hall of Fame running back, but he kept putting it on the ground.
Okay, Kendall?
Yeah, that's interesting you brought up Tiki Brown because as soon as he left, the Giants won the Super Bowl that year. The next year, Tiki Brown had an all-around year. I think the Ravens are believing their press clippings. They're believing that they're a dominant team. Everyone is calling them, the best team. And Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes, one of the 3 of them are going to make the Super Bowl. And I don't think, the way it looks to me is that they're not working out as hard. You got Derrick Henry, all world, like you say, doing everything he has to, but he gets careless. You got to close it out. 3 fumbles, 3 games. It's not looking good. And I believe with Detroit, they must have recovered from that first game anomaly. They're like, wait, hold on for a second. And they were doing things like going 4th down. They were just doing their thing, scoring points. So Detroit realizes they have a lot of firepower. And I remember Charles Barkley used to say these things about the NBA when he was playing. It was always first one to 100. And then I started looking at the statistics on that, and that was a really high number. It's like 500 to like 1 or 2. First game to 100. And it seems like Detroit is at, hey, can you outscore us? Hey, we're going to do this. And they're dropping 40s and 50s on you, like say 90 points over 2 games. They look a little bit different. And I just think that Baltimore is just not playing to their potential.
Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, I was just looking up about Derrick Henry because before these 3 fumbles in a row, he had a streak of 538 consecutive touches without
a fumble.
Right.
And so,
I think it's a record too.
Yeah, he doesn't have a history of fumbling.
Right.
That's somebody said psychological.
So
No.
why all of a sudden is happening is
All of
really
a sudden, you're trying to be pretty.
so.
They punched. Did you see the fumble last night? He punched the ball. He didn't. The guy He didn't know Hutchinson was behind him. He's running. Hutchinson came behind him and did the peanut punch on him, and the ball came out. It ain't nothing he could do. He didn't see him. It's not like he was running clearless like Dion with the ball up in the air. He's holding it. The guy came behind him and punched it out. It's just one of those things, man.
Yeah.
He's not holding the ball right.
Mhm.
First of all,
Okay.
it started
Okay.
last year. The
All
boys,
right.
you think he's pretty now.
No, he had it down here. He didn't have it out there.
There's a way to hold the ball. You're supposed to grab
Okay.
that ball and you run with nobody gonna punch it out. They got a way to do that. But if you got
Okay.
the ball over here, sure it's gonna get punched out. He's not holding
Okay.
the ball right because him and even Lamar Jackson, they don't got to be pretty boys now. He want to run up the middle there. He want to run and show off and do all the fancy stuff. Straight arm somebody. You straight arm somebody this way, and somebody gonna punch the ball out of your hand that way. Grab that ball and just worry about going on in because ain't nobody gonna stop you. I disagree. He's not holding the ball right. He's a pretty boy. Y'all saying it's a mental thing. Yes, it's mental, but him and Lamar Jackson both have got big-headed now because of all that.
Nah, Derrick Henry ain't like that, man. Derrick Henry is a very humble guy. You don't see Derrick Henry showboating or anything like that. Nah, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
They're gonna punch it out
No,
of his hand.
I watched it. Go back and watch the highlight. He didn't even know the guy was behind him.
And I can tell you, he's not grabbing that ball. If you grab that ball like this here and you be holding it like this here going down there, ain't nobody gonna be just knocking that ball out your hand even from behind. That's not even on his mind. He bringing the ball out. He'd rather straight arm somebody first. We can have disagreements, but
that's okay. Absolutely.
Henry head is big, and I think Lamar head is big too.
I think Lamar got to humble himself. He need to come back to earth and get off the MVP kick and all this other stuff. Then he prove himself. I think he got, his head in the clouds. He think he's just that good. But what keeps coming up, the mistakes. It happens in the playoffs. It keeps happening, especially in big games. He got to humble himself.
Yeah, but you know what I think it is? Like y'all was saying earlier about how the Detroit team was coached. Yeah. If you look at the way Detroit team was coached, I'm talking about the whole coaching staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and then you look at the way Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken, I think Henry had one breakaway for something like 30 yards, right?
Yep. Yes, 28 yards.
The first touchdown.
At the end of the game, I think he only had 50 yards rushing, if I'm not mistaken.
True.
I mean, and that's all on coaching. You know what I mean? If you don't,
how's it on coach if you hold the ball right?
No, I'm not talking about the fumble. I'm saying
he was getting hit.
Fumble only was one play. If he had to run for 28 yards on one play, there's nowhere in the world he supposed to end up with only 50 yards at the end of the game.
How many carries did he have?
Barkley only had 46, and the Eagles won. So whose fault is that? He only had 46 yards, and he ran for 2,000 last year. So you can't say that, man.
Yeah, but that's
he had 46 yards.
I'm saying the coaches you got to run your horses. You know what I mean?
They try,
and it seems like that whole coaching staff is letting Lamar and Henry do anything they want. Because they team, I think they need to get rid of the whole coaching staff and bring in a new coaching staff because it's not only this year, this is the third year in a row that they're going through this.
Detroit was stopping them last night.
Yeah, but I'm saying
this is the third stopping them.
This is the third year in a row where everybody's saying Henry not carrying that ball enough.
Yeah, but they stopped them last night.
I agree.
A lot last night. Let's give Detroit their due, actually.
We're going to give them their due.
Detroit back to where years ago.
Yeah, but I'm
2 years ago,
overall,
all right, we got Bob McCormick coming up. Hey, Bob, go ahead, Bob.
All right, Donald, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great.
I'm actually going to start with the third head coach in college football that has been fired this season. This time it's a longtime head coach we're learning today at Oklahoma State. The Cowboys are 1-2. He's owed $15 million by the university upon his departure. The latest college football poll has Ohio State is number 1, Miami of Florida 2, and Penn State is number 3. Locally, UConn, Yale, Southern Connecticut, and UNH all won last weekend. Now on to the pros. The Giants will start rookie quarterback Jackson Dart in place of Russell Wilson against the Chargers on Sunday. New York, however, is going to be without running back Tyron Tracy. He's sidelined 2 to 4 weeks with a dislocated shoulder. Now on to the Cowboys. Ravens' own Tyler Booker is out 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. So is CeeDee Lamb. He could miss 3 to 4 weeks, and both may end up on the injured reserve. Dallas also lost center Cooper Beebe in week 2 with a broken bone in his foot. Other injuries, Chargers running back Najee Harris. The season is over after tearing his Achilles for him during a win over the Broncos. The Niners' Nick Bosa also tore his ACL, and he's done for this season. The Vikings running back Aaron Jones is on the IR with a hamstring injury. The Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans is out 3 to 4 weeks with a strained hamstring. Some sad news to report. Rudy Johnson, a former Bengal running back, has died at the age of 45. D.D. Lewis of the Dallas Doomsday Defense has passed away at 79. And the Chiefs' Travis Kelce fined $14,000 for an obscene gesture he made during the Eagles game. On to baseball. The Blue Jays and Cubs have clinched playoff spots. In the American League wild card race, we have the Yankees and Red Sox. And right now it's a toss-up for that third team between the Guardians and Astros. However, both of those teams are only one game behind Boston. To the NL wild card race, it's the Cubs and Padres have clinched. The third spot will either be the Reds or the Mets. Home run leaders, the Mariners' Cal Raleigh is now up to 58. Both Ohtani and Schwarber are tied at 53. Judge of the Yankees has 49. The season ends Sunday. However, tonight, some big games. The Yankees, White Sox, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Mets, Cubs. On to the WNBA semifinals tonight. The Mercury Lynx. Minnesota leads that 1-0. The Fever Aces. Indiana's up 1-0. Speaking of Las Vegas, Aja Wilson won MVP award for a 4th time. Wilson also shared the defensive award with the Lynx, Alana Smith. The Dreams' Naz Hillman won the 6th Player of the Year. The Valkyries' Natalie Nakase won Coach of the Year. And Liberty and Storm head coaches, they ain't going to be back next season. Tara Lawson will coach the U.S. women's basketball team at the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. Bruce Pearl is stepping down as Auburn's head basketball coach. His son's going to take over. Charges have been dropped against former UConn and NBA star, that is, Ben Gordon, after a juice shop disturbance in Connecticut. And one last note, a sad note, Hall of Famer Bernie Perrant, who led the Philadelphia Flyers to 2 Stanley Cup titles, has died at the age of 80. And that's all the sports I got for you tonight, Jerry.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
All right, Bob, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. Next thing I want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs threw a couple of passes to Kelce. He wasn't performing like they thought he should. So they took him out the game, and he went over there and was fussing with Reed because not getting all the plays he want. You know, I think they're going away from him now, using the other tight ends they got, which are pretty good. As we've been talking about, Kelce losing a step. Anthony, is this the right decision?
Absolutely. He's, in retrospect, he probably should have retired because he's becoming a non-factor now. And the whole thing of him barking at his coach, if this was somebody else, excuse me, we would be talking about him being a malcontent. But because Kelce is who he is, everybody's like, he's just being competitive and all. But I think he's becoming a distraction. And I think the best way that they can combat that is just, go to somebody else. I know they're playing with a deficit because Worthy and others are out, but Kelce is not, Kelsey's not the dominant tight end that he was. And it's bad enough that he's not producing, but he's also becoming a problem on the sidelines.
Yes, I totally agree. Hey, Pastor, what's your thoughts?
You know what I think? I've been saying that Kelsey's washed for the last 2 years. He talked about his girlfriend, but I've been telling you that he's washed for the last few years. So I'm telling you, even it's so bad that when he did that little move over the middle, Pat looked at him and didn't throw him the ball. Looked right in his face.
Right. Yeah.
And they said, wow, you never see that. He was like, he wouldn't even throw him the ball. And then he double pumped it and he threw it somewhere else. You know,
Yeah.
he don't even trust him. But he came back out. You know, you see him give a chest bump when they got on the sideline throwing the ball because, you know, they just opened a restaurant together in Kansas City. So he can't be totally, you know, a malcontent. But I agree with you. I think Kelsey should have retired last year. He's not a factor. And he can still play, but with the speedsters out, that clears out the area so he can move inside. Uh, you don't even have to cover him. That's what I said last week. You can put your third best D back on him and put the team wherever else they got. So I agree. He's definitely not even a factor anymore.
Okay, Henry.
Yeah, you know, as far as he's definitely not the same player he used to be, but it's still hard to judge Kansas City passing game until they get Worthy and Rice back in the rotation. And then you can really, really be able to see how they can use him, how he'll fit in there. Because of right now, he can't carry them. But until they get them two guys back, we'll just have to really wait and see how their offense, especially their passing game, because they really don't have a running game. So they're going to have to depend on when Worthy and Rice come back. I guess Rice is out, but he got 3 more games to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know when Worthy's coming back, so we just have to see.
Okay, Kendall.
Well, Travis Kelce should have retired last year. He's definitely a non-factor. He's distracted. He's not the player he once was. He's a Hall of Famer. Maybe he wants to go out and try to win a Super Bowl, but if he does win a Super Bowl, he's definitely not getting the MVP. I mean, we see the play when he caught the ball and came up out of his hands. We see he's got no one to blame but himself. And usually when you see stuff like that, you kind of see the player being a little bit distracted, and we understand what's going on in his life. I mean, literally on my phone, I'm driving. Next, you know, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are out holding hands, getting in the car. He flew overseas to see a concert and stuff like that. So those distractions cannot help him. The only time that Lennox Lewis lost his fight against Hasim Rahman was he decided he was going to fill Ocean's 11. And then next you know, he gets back in the ring, gets knocked out. He comes back and beats the man, but his distraction was just elsewhere. Roy Jones got knocked out twice by Roy Tarver because he was what? Filming the Matrix movies. So, you know, just there's a correlation with having these outside interests and no longer having that single-minded focus when it came to sports. And it just doesn't seem like he has that.
Okay, take it in the studio.
Yeah, I don't think there's no outside distractions. I think he just getting old. It's time for him to get on out of there. You know, then all that stuff can settle down now. You know, since the first year they were saying, "Oh, he distracted by Taylor." He shouldn't be distracted by her now. He just getting old, and if we can see it in a game, imagine what all the coaches and see him in practice that he done lost those steps.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it had nothing to do with being distracted. He just getting old, like everybody else that lose stuff when they get up there in age.
Look, getting old is not always a factor. We had a few people prove that, like LeBron James. What's the name in football? Still playing. His nightlife has changed. It has totally changed 100%. And listen, I'll be following him and her. So I know his nightlife has changed. He's not getting that rest. He's not getting that sleep that he's supposed to get. He's not out there. His mind ain't on the game like it used to be. You know, it's worried about where he's flying at the night, where they gonna party at. His mind is there. You might not think so, and we can have a disagreement, but I'm telling you, his mind. If you guys don't give Taylor Swift enough credit. He's the biggest thing out there, and when she said jump, he's gonna jump. I'm telling you, he's hanging out with her. You cannot hang out with a Taylor Swift. If you was a boxer, you get knocked out. It would be the same thing. You go to work and get knocked out, hanging out with his
What's this, his third or fourth year there with her?
It's only like I don't know. I thought it was his second, but it don't even matter. They still like newlyweds, man.
Yeah, but it's like the third or fourth year.
All right, it could be the third year, but it don't even matter. They still like newlyweds.
I'm not gonna discount what you said, but I'm saying he's been with her long enough.
I hear what you're saying.
They didn't just start hanging out at night.
See, you know what happened with us? We all done got old, forgot what it's like to be in our 30s and stuff.
No, but
we all got old. I don't think it's that. You know, we all done got old. That guy is with Taylor Swift, and you guys just not giving that enough credit.
He didn't just start doing that. What I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
he
3 or 4 years
this year hanging out at night with her, and the last couple of years they won the Super Bowl with her. People said that
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? The nightlife all those guys got big.
But age probably playing a factor with that nightlife. Right along with that nightlife. You can't do both now.
Yeah, but I agree.
When he was younger, he was doing both. Now he can't do both. He is definitely hanging out with her, and I think it's definitely effective.
Yeah, you could put them together.
If he wasn't hanging out with her, I think he would be in the weight room. I think he would be studying. I think he would be working out. I think he would want to be that man. He ain't worried about being that man now. Why? So just a different opinion, that's all.
At night. I just think it's fucking old.
Well, you could be right. You could be right.
But I'm not going to discount the
night. But I'm with you, Kendall. His life have changed.
Well,
okay, let's go on with Green Bay.
Henry, did you comment on that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay. Watching Green Bay and Cleveland, it was heartbreaking. Cleveland defense, they played an awesome game. They made Green Bay look just like everyone else, not a top team. They shut Green Bay down. I think the defense, Green Bay's defense played good, but the offense was not running on cylinders. Do you think it was the Cleveland defense that made him look that good, or Green Bay is just overrated? What do you think, Anthony?
They're not overrated. You got to give Cleveland credit. This, if nothing else, I think we've learned the first 3 weeks. You gotta take everything with a little bit of grain of salt. Everybody's still really trying to find themselves. Remember, we talked about how Detroit looked awful week 1, and now they've looked like world beaters the last 2 weeks. Love does have some tendencies at time to lose focus or whatever, and I think that's what happened here. Maybe, if nothing else, it gives them a wake-up call, and that could be bad news for a certain team in Arlington come Sunday.
Okay, Henry?
Yeah, well, Cleveland, they always had a good defense. So that doesn't surprise me as far as them holding Cleveland to not Cleveland, but Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah.
To just 10 points, because like if sometimes Jordan Love, he's still kind of young, but the Packers defense played well. So I didn't really watch the game because it wasn't on down here. So I don't know as far as if Jordan Love had a lot of turnovers or what really happened. But Cleveland defense is really, really good. But it just to me it just shows like in the NFC, because even in week 1 when Detroit went up against the Packers, their defense really shut down Detroit. Detroit, they don't look like the same. They look a lot better, but defense going to win you championships. But my only concern with Green Bay is probably going to be the quarterback, because I think out of all the quarterbacks that are with the other playoff teams, I think Jordan Love is the worst one. That's my take, but we'll see.
Okay, Walter?
Yeah, I think the Browns, like you said, they always had a good defense. They're actually the number 1 rated defense now. They're actually rated number 1 in the league, even going into that game. But I was surprised that that the Packers lost. I actually picked the Packers.
Right.
There were so many upsets this week. The Panthers shutting out. This was one of those weeks, man. But I was actually surprised that the Browns won. But their defense is great, but their offense isn't that, good.
Okay, Kendall.
Well, like you said, the defense of the Browns is ranked number one in the NFL, and they showed why. Um, I'm not sure if Green Bay, sort of fell off, or did the Browns defense take them out of their game. But with the number one defense, I'm going to go with the latter. I'm going to say that their defense stepped up.
Okay, we in the studio.
In the studio.
Yeah, I think it got a lot to do with a lot of teams not playing in the preseason because the first couple of games, like somebody said, they look like world beaters, and a lot of teams not up to par when they play them. And plus, you look at Detroit put up what 50-something points on Chicago, but different teams defense play different teams offense different, and that be the difference in a lot of games. You know what I mean? And then you see now, like we said, at about the fifth game, you'll really get a better look at how the top teams gonna perform. You know what I mean? These first 2 or 3 games, you can't really tell nothing because nobody got that preseason. So we had to wait for about 5 games to see who really pressing. But we know Kansas City not gonna stay where they at.
I don't know. Somebody gonna be 1-3 this week, Bruce. They playing the Ravens. Somebody gonna be 1-3.
Right.
The Kansas City or the Ravens. Somebody gonna be 1-3. Yeah.
So
that's for sure.
Well, was Green Bay? I said from the beginning. You guys was already at the beginning when they all traded for the guy from Parsons that they can win it now. They left. Right. I said right then and there, I don't have enough faith in Love. The offense to me wasn't still good enough to get them there. I said it right then and there, and I'll say it now. The offense supposed to be better. I knew they were going to need a better offense, no matter how good that defense is. You still got to put some points on the board. So I felt like I don't even have them ranked now in maybe the top 4, but not in the top.
Come on, Green Bay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah. Well, I got Philly over them. I definitely got Detroit over them. Maybe the top 3 then.
Don't forget Baltimore, not Baltimore,
Minnesota. Don't forget Minnesota. Where's Ernie ain't on here to talk about his Vikings, man.
He was trying to get on.
He was trying to come on, but he for some reason he couldn't get in.
Yeah, well, I have to talk for him because I thought they was gonna get beat. They showed up, man.
So did.
Yeah, well, he saved me a big apologies because I really was gonna have to kiss his ring finger, but since they ain't showed up, I ain't gotta do
it. Oh man.
Hey, the biggest shock in the NFL, the Colts, 3-0. Is this a fluke or are they a pretty good team? Start with you, Walter.
Yeah, I think they're proving it, man. They're playing on both sides of the ball. Their defense is, good. They have a great offensive line. I thought their liability would be Daniel Jones, but so far, because they got a great running back. Their running back is leading the league in rushing. Taylor is good. He's leading the league in rushing. Their offensive line always been good. I thought that Daniel Jones would be the weak link, but so far he's not. So they're going to go as far as Daniel Jones take him. That's amazing. And right now he going to Hall of Fame. for the first 3 games.
Hey, they looking better than Dallas, I tell you that.
I'm telling you.
Okay, Kendall.
Well, I think sort of lost my train of thought right here.
Yeah, the coach.
Yeah, but what I was going to say about this is that Daniel Jones is looking like the MVP. I don't know him. I know he was a Giants quarterback, and what I'm saying about this is that I'm looking at the AFC and the NFC, and today, and I don't know if this is an anomaly in a league where there's a Josh Allen, a Lamar Jackson, and a Pat Mahomes. I'm looking at Daniel Jones being the MVP in the AFC, and then I'm looking at in the NFC, and I'm saying to myself, Jalen Hurts, And I would never have said that before. You know, like what did Herman say? You play to win the game, you know?
That's all.
And that's what it's all about right now. So we can't deny what's going on in Indiana. I mean, this guy is out here doing some things, and let's replay fray that. You know, the first two games, no punts, and they scored in their first seven offensive possessions, all of them in the first game. They're 3-0 after, you know, drafting one of the top quarterbacks in the top four in a couple years with this quarterback who just came over from the New York Giants, and they're beating everybody else. And then let's look at this guy, Jalen Hurts, again. That's why I say I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I wouldn't call this. Anybody here, I mean, raise your hand if after week 3, you would say the Indianapolis Colts would be 3-0, and Daniel Jones would probably be the front runner for the MVP. Unless you didn't live in Indianapolis or your mother and his father, I'm sure you got that answer wrong. You know, so that's what I'm saying. I can't call it on this one. They're just looking good. They're just winning. So it
Yeah.
is what it is.
But Larry, question, is it a fluke? You think it's a fluke or what?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I can't call it because it may be just a change of atmosphere.
Right.
He's playing to win. You know what I mean? He may have a different offensive coordinator. We don't know what the heck's going on. We don't know if the Giants would have him in a system that was holding him down. And now he's like, I'm free, and he doesn't have to look over his shoulder because the quarterback, you know, their starting quarterback is always hurt, comes off the bench. Flinging it, hey, whatever, man. I don't know what's out. He's playing with house money right now, you know.
You know, y'all
Hey,
always
just think about when Tom Brady came off the bench.
Yeah,
When he
Yeah,
came
but
off the bench, nobody had no idea.
didn't have a clue.
right. But you know, y'all always talk about pressure, and you know, everybody can't play in New York. So
Right.
the scenery might have did him great.
Right, right.
You know, everybody can't play with that pressure in New York, and people was on him from the giddy up.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well,
Go
that's
ahead, Walt.
got to be the case since everybody that leave New York seem to do fairly well.
that's what I said.
You know, so that seems to be the case. They go to New York and become stars. I mean, they leave New York and become stars. Did I hold you up, Henry?
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't know. Walt, did you
Yeah, I start. I think I. Yeah, all right. Went.
Okay, so my take, the Colts right now, they're 3-0. They're looking good. But then I look at the teams they play. Okay, so the opening game, they played the Dolphins. So the Dolphins not really having a great year. They killed them, though. You can't take nothing away from them. Score was 33-8. Then they played
Denver.
and they won by a point. I don't know if it was a last minute drive. I don't know how that game went, but they did win by a point. So
Denver's a good team.
Yeah, Denver's a good team. I'll get Denver. And then they beat the Titans this past weekend. So they beat them 41-20. But now the big test is going to be this Sunday. They play the Rams.
Play the Rams.
This is really going to tell us how well they are. I picked the Rams, by the way, to win this Sunday. But
Yeah, me too.
but I just wanted to say this is really going to show us, because they're going to LA too. So it's going to show how well the coach will look. Because even though they're playing well, but you can look at the teams they've beaten. You know, I mean, they played the 3 games they won. They really played one good team. They won by a point. So we'll see.
We'll see.
See, they played those teams, but they didn't just skate by. They
No, they didn't. And Bruce,
They won by 1 point.
40-something points.
1 point. One. They beat the Broncos by 1 point.
Right.
Talking about the Broncos.
Yeah.
And Bruce, I'm not
against
knocking
Denver.
them because they're doing
And
it.
Denver was favored to beat them.
No,
Yeah.
1 point. They beat Denver by 1.
The other team, Tennessee, and the other team that they beat,
Miami.
they beat them bad. They're not good team.
Yeah.
They did.
The only the team that really shocked was Miami. We didn't know how bad Miami is, but
Right.
that was the upset. We was like, wow, man.
Bruce, you agree with my brother when he said the Big Ten's going to be this Sunday?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not really a big test, because I could see if the Tennessee game would say 17-10.
Right.
you could say they won, but they were supposed to beat them.
Right.
But they blew them out.
Right. They blew them out.
That's the difference. They did what they're supposed to do to weak teams. They blew them out. They didn't just skate back.
Right.
But I agree. This is definitely going to be
a big test
for them with the Rams.
Now they're playing a better team now.
I mean, but I'm not going to say they haven't improved themselves. They're still 3-0. Because I'm quite sure Denver was favorite in that game.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
So they're doing their thing. They're doing what they got to do. But this is a bigger test for them.
Right.
You know?
But you know, I don't really expect them to go 4-0. So I expect them to lose, but I don't think it's a big test. But then again, they still got a chance to prove themselves after losing to the Rams. So that's the way I see it. It's a big test, but you know, I don't expect them to go 4-0.
All right, Larry.
Hey, Jay, just before, I just want to say this real quick. This is their schedule for the next few games. After
I'm looking
they play the Rams, then they got to play the Raiders again. Then they got to play Cardinals. Chargers. So them 4 games is really going to show where they're really at. How good they really are.
Yes, those games, all those games will.
And this Ram game still going to be the biggest game that they play.
Yeah, it'll be the biggest.
After they play the other 4.
Yeah.
But they got to play the Chargers, though. The Chargers are undefeated.
Too, man. That's another team that.
But the Chargers just lost their running back for the year.
Yeah, but Herbert's showing his work.
That's all right.
Herbert's showing his work.
They still got Herbert. I know we said Daniel Jones was probably the MVP, but in actuality, Herbert is probably the front runner for MVP right now.
Yeah, Herbert playing great too.
All right, Larry, what you got?
I got some more, but I yield the last 7 minutes to you. You might have something.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No.
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about them Cowboys losing to the Bears. Come on now. Bruce must have paid you off. Bruce must have paid you off, man.
Dallas Cowboys.
That's not even worth talking about. That's not even worth talking about. Come on, man.
The Dallas Cowboys. They went to Chicago to play the Bears. And they had this guy named Caleb Williams that was having a miserable season. They walked around and looked at Dallas defense. He started chopping his gums. He said, feeding time. He threw some pass, that flea flick he threw. Oh my God, that was beautiful. I mean, some of the passes he made on Dallas, it looked like Dallas was standing still. And that defensive back, number 7, he lost his shoes a couple times.
Yeah.
So we go in the studio. What happened to the Dallas Cowboys?
Man, Bruce, they just ain't no good. The defense ain't no good. There's no need to talk over. They just ain't no good. They made Russell Wilson look like he was 25. Never Russell Wilson.
They put the quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame, man. I'm telling you.
400 yards.
And another thing, they brought the head coach from Chicago. He's now Dallas defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
He was Chicago's head coach.
What about the offense, though? How many points the offense scored?
14 points. 14 points the offense had.
The worst thing, they had Lamb in the backfield. And he messed up his ankle with the first play. Yeah. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, but they had put him back there before he did.
Yeah, he's been back there before. Yeah.
You know, I mean, people.
But he's too small.
He doesn't
before, but they put him back there.
He put him back there plenty of times before.
But
yeah,
what happened? Got them more than 14 points. You're always blaming the defense and never blaming your offense. Dallas had 14 points. Shouldn't have did better than that. Aren't they offense supposed? They got the highest paid quarterback in the league, and their offense can't get no more than 14 points.
No,
14.
We agree with that, but the defense was so bad, you didn't have to mention the offense.
Well, you should mention it because I expect they put Dak ahead of Hurts. But yet Dak can't get past 14 points.
Nah, they didn't put Dak ahead of
Hurts. When I was listening to ESPN, they didn't
turn your TV off.
They didn't even have Dak pretty much up there.
I ain't seen nobody that had Dak in front of Hurts.
I'll be watching ESPN every morning now.
ESPN.
And I'll be watching First Take and all that stuff.
Anybody else
And
see them
trust
put
me,
Dak in front of Hurts? Anybody else see that?
they might didn't see it, but I watch TV a
Anytime-
lot. That's how I get my
anytime.
information. Dak was in front of Hurts. He already make more money he do, but yes, he was.
They had
When
Hurts.
they was talking about the 5, Hurts was not in there at the beginning of the season. I'll tell you.
No, he
I was
wasn't. He
sitting right in front
wasn't.
of
Dak
TV
wasn't in no
listening to
top
it.
5.
Dak was.
Dak
That
wasn't in no top
they
5.
had
What
already
you watching?
at the beginning of the year. They had already
Not
predicted
Dak.
Well,
No,
Dak was
not that. Not top 5. No,
Not Dak.
no.
not Dak.
Yes, he
Dak
was.
probably number 12.
I was watching on TV
He was
what
in front
those
of-
guys were saying.
Nah,
And
come
then-
on, man.
I watched it
You
on.
should have turned your
Like I
TV
said,
off.
I look at it every year, and I kept saying it on the show
They
because
didn't
I
even
was
have
listening
Dak
to
in
it.
the top 10.
They had Dak ahead of Hurts. That part I do remember. I was sitting right there watching it on TV.
You were
Didn't
dreaming.
agree with it, but I saw it.
You were dreaming that time.
We put Dak in the top 5.
No, we didn't put him in there either.
Do you watch First Take?
No, I do my own judgment.
Yeah, see, well, that's what I mean. I watch
No, I watch it.
First Take. I watch that other one, Get Up. I'll be watching all that
I
stuff,
haven't seen
and
nobody.
that's where I got it from.
See, in the beginning of the year, they had Hurts at number 9. There's nowhere in the world they had Dak nowhere in that top 10.
Dak was up there.
Nowhere near. They had Josh Allen. They had Patrick
Dak was
Mahomes.
up there.
They had Herbert for the Chargers.
Dak was up there.
You know, there's nowhere in the world.
Because I came in the studio and I said, how did they have Dak ahead of Hurts? Because I had heard it. I came in the studio and said it because I had heard it. I got no reason to make it up. You know, I ain't no big Dak fan.
I'm just saying. I haven't seen it. Maybe you have seen. Maybe I missed it. But I can't see where nobody put Dak in front of Hurts.
Well,
that thing was drunk.
You the only one got Hurts at this
I
You the only got him as number 2.
I still got Hurts at number 2.
I agree
And
with
who
that,
was
though. I
better?
go along with that.
I ain't gonna put Dak in the top 10.
And that's your man. That's your own quarterback.
Right. But you know, a flop is a flop. You can't just say he's good because it's your team.
You call it like you see it.
I call it like I see it.
All right.
I
We
mean,
can move
Dak
on.
played
We
better.
can move on. You got.
No, I'm good.
All right, hold on. Donald, I'm looking at it right now. There's some sources across the web. The top quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott.
Wow.
You got Dak number 4.
Yep, they got him in front of Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, and Jaden Daniels. Bo Nix, Brock Purdy. Yep, they got Dak at number 4.
Yeah, but what time you reading?
1, 2, 3. They got him at number 4. I'm just confirming what Donald said. I'm looking at it.
I said I was watching it. I said I watched Get Up in the morning. I never used to watch that stuff. I'm watching it now.
It says top 10 quarterback, consensus amongst various sources, got Dak Prescott number 4. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know where they got that from.
The year, not who playing the best right now. He said in the beginning of the year they had Dak in the top 5. That's not true. They said the most
I'm looking at it.
after 3 games. Which
no, this ain't after 3 games. It's the beginning of the year.
Nah.
Yeah, I was saying
Dak can't be in the top. He can't be number 3 while they playing. They can't even beat the Bears. How the heck? They probably can't beat Hillhawks.
I don't know. But anyway, we better move on because it's almost we're at 6:59.
Henry won again this week. I don't know, Henry, man. You the man on the picks, man.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep my crown from last year.
Yeah, you getting it, man. I had a horrible week. Oh my God. I had Larry tied for number 2. Larry and Bishop are tied for number 2. Henry's in
Yeah, I don't know.
third.
This week, we'll see. I made my picks, but some of them, I don't know.
You made them already? I'm like, Don, they didn't give me credit. They gave me a loss for the Miami game because I just tried to pick the one game and I do the rest.
Right.
And they wouldn't let me. Nah. They said I missed it. The studio got kicked out. I don't see the guys.
Yeah. We give them a minute till they come back in.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I thought I could just do that one game.
Right.
You know, because it was Thursday. I was like, my Sunday game yet, but they gave me a loss, even though I picked the Bills. But so I had terrible. I ended up 9-7, 7-9. Oh man.
Hey, so
I picked the Eagles to win, so I got that. Even though I was voting for the Rams, I picked the Eagles to win.
Yeah, that was it'd be interesting, you know. And I just want to ask you guys this one question. because Green Bay is going to Dallas this weekend, Sunday night.
It's a blowout.
Yeah, but what I want to ask you, Jerry Jones is not going to do a video tribute to Michael Parsons. Do you guys think that's a mistake or what?
No, he ate him. He ate his guts.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, they did it for. They usually do it for everyone else that returns. But from what I understand, their negotiation got kind of hostile. I think before they traded him, we were talking about they had got to the point of no return. It was like,
You're right.
even though it was rumored, but people inside it wasn't public was saying it got really nasty. It had never gotten like this with negotiating with even the other players. CeeDee Lamb, they just didn't talk, but this gotten pretty much nasty.
But do you guys think Jerry Jones will try to do it to soften Michael Parsons up a little bit? If he don't do it, he probably really gonna piss him off.
No. Jerry Jones got that pride thing. You know how pride is, Henry. Jerry Jones got that pride. This is my house, my team.
He just got blown out too by Chicago.
Well, both teams lost Sunday. So Green Bay gonna want to bounce back, man.
But what the world is about the NFL, man? The Falcons go in there and beat the Vikings and get shut out by Carolina.
I know.
That's crazy.
I couldn't believe that either.
Is that crazy?
Yes.
That was Carolina's first win too.
The whole season been crazy so far.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And just to think, next week, Bruce, either probably the Super Bowl favorites, one of them, gonna be 1-3. Kansas City play the Ravens, and they're both 1-2. Somebody gonna be 1-3.
Yeah,
wow. That's crazy. Who would have thunk it?
that is crazy.
Who to go with on that one?
That's crazy, right?
It's gonna get real interesting if things don't change because them bottom teams, I guess,
and let me keep
paying off now. You know what I mean?
I'm picking Kansas City in that game too because I just think Patrick Mahomes got Lamar's number. So, and you know what I saw in the Giant game, Bruce, because the Giants' defense is good. Pat Mahomes is still bomb, man. Did you see him throw that ball about 60 yards? If he has some receivers, they're going to look much better. I know Larry's already throwing in the towel. I ain't throwing it in. I just told you they're going to win the division, but they're going to the playoff. Their thing is, when they like this, they cannot let Kansas City in the playoff. Just keep them down. I mean, don't let them in there. Because if they let them in, it's a problem. I'm telling you.
Different team in the playoff.
Yeah, they can't. You can't let them in. Don't even let them a wild card or nothing. Just keep them out.
How many years we said they was finished? Then we got up to about the 11th game. They were right there.
Right there. Yeah. The year before that. But here's the thing. They got to survive. They got to survive until their guys come back. Their wide receivers come back. Like Henry was saying. I don't know.
Whether he might play next game, but he said all the passes they was throwing him, he has catched them waist high to chest high. He wasn't raising his hands all the way up.
And that's Kelsey's fault too. He ran into Kelsey.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. He ran into Kelsey, separated
Kelsey screwed up their season from Jump Street.
Oh, man.
Hey, Larry, you ain't been wearing no red shirts. Your KC sign is getting smaller. I can barely see it.
I thought
What's going on, Larry?
I thought he was rooting. I thought he was rooting for the Jets.
Listen, I was about to send him an invitation for counseling. Was you reading his text? They ain't going nowhere. It take about 3 years. I was like, come on, Larry, they're going to be all right, man. They're going to be all right.
I haven't seen a Chiefs shirt in when? At least last 2 games I ain't seen a Chiefs shirt.
Hey, it'll be on Friday. We going hard. It'll be on Friday.
You going with your team in Baltimore? I know Bruce going with Baltimore.
I got to go with my team.
Yeah.
All that green, I thought you was a Jets fan, man.
The Jet. Oh, my God.
Hey,
but seriously, the Chargers, without their running back, you don't think that's going to make a difference with the Chargers? They might drop a couple.
I think it is.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I do.
You know why? Because this year Harbaugh's doing more throwing. Normally he runs the ball. This year with Herbert's ankle, he's doing more. Herbert's doing more running. and he's throwing the ball more. You know, normally Harbaugh's like 2 tight ends run the ball, but this year he's relying more on passing. So that's why I don't think it's going to be a big. And this was their rookie they just drafted. Who's the other running back?
This running back they got from the Steelers.
Oh no, this definitely ain't gonna make no difference. No, because they
Harris was
drafted,
doing good. He was doing
yeah,
good.
but he ain't even the starter. They drafted a kid out of North Carolina. They're gonna be fine. He's their running back.
I don't know, but Chargers quarterbacks are known to get hurt. He's known to get hurt every year.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Now, if he goes down, definitely. But he's playing well right now.
Yeah, but watch Herbert, like you said, you watch him start throwing that ball now.
Yeah, he's throwing.
Love to throw that ball, man.
Now he got Keenan Allen back too. You know?
Yeah, I don't think
Keenan Allen acts like he's be rejuvenated, man. He's like all over the place.
No, Keenan Allen got hurt.
Who?
Oh.
No, he didn't. I'm sorry. That's not Keenan Allen. No, that was Keenan Allen. That was somebody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, I see that one.
That was Tampa Bay's receiver got hurt.
Yes, Mike Evans. Yeah. Evans. But that young kid they got now, Abuka. Man.
That boy a monster.
We're gonna have
all the players from Ohio State. I think Marvin Harris Jr. is the worst of all of them. he was top ranked one. Man.
All right, we're ready to wrap this one up. We're gonna ask Minister Henry Green to close us out.
Okay. Hallelujah. Father, we thank you. We give you praise. We give you glory. We give you honor because, Lord, you are worthy. You are so good. You are so wonderful. You are so marvelous. And we give you glory and honor. And Father, we ask that you bless every household that is represented tonight, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus. Meet every need tonight, God. And those that are listening, God, bless their households, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus. And God, we praise you. We give you glory and honor because you have blessed us with the greatest gift, your Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. We thank you in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. See you gentlemen Friday.
All right.
All right.
I'll be there.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, I was gonna give Bishop his due tonight, but I'm gonna hold it now. He ain't getting it.
Yeah, I had to apologize too. I thought they were gonna get upset too, so I had to apologize too, man. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
he was trying to get on too, but I guess
I know he was. I know he wanted to call. He wanted to call tonight, man.
Who's gonna win?
Y'all don't forget to put your picks in.
Oh yeah.
Pittsburgh gonna beat the Vikings or not?
Who's playing Thursday?
I said Pittsburgh play the Vikings this Saturday. Who's gonna win?
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota, no doubt.
Yeah, Minnesota. All right.